Hi, my gorgeous friends, and a very happy Frugal Friday to you. If you are new to the channel, welcome. I make videos like this every Friday focusing on drugstore makeup. I also make videos on Mondays and Wednesdays. So if you'd like to be notified of new content in the future, please subscribe, and thank you if you do. Today is a full face first impressions using makeup from the drugstore that I have never tried before. Some of these are brand spanking new. Others have been out for quite a while. I've just never tried them for whatever reason. I wanted to discover some new good stuff if it was possible. So I'll be showing you everything today in an up-close application. I've also included a wear test at the end, and I will let you know if there's anything here worth checking out or not. All right, let's do this thing. I got Giovanna and Ace asleep, finally. And I'm going to try to get through this video before one of them wakes up, which will no doubt be Ace first. I am going to apply an eyeshadow primer. I'm using one from Elizabeth Mott. This is the Thank Me Later primer. Only product I'm using today that well, I'm not going to say that because there may be some other products that I'm using that I've already used before simply because I don't have enough here for a full face, but you get the drift. Trying two products I have never tried before. First one is from number 7. This is the Emerald Stones eyeshadow palette. Isn't that really beautiful? I was really attracted to those greens in there, and I was feeling a whole green eye thing. So I also picked up this eyeshadow from Maybelline in the shade Forest Green. And it's been a little while since I've used any of their singles like this, so we'll see how the formula is. So the first thing I am going to do is take this Maybelline eyeshadow right here, and I'm going to apply that all over the lid. I need a different brush. Okay. Oh, that's pretty. Thankfully, it looks on the eyes as how it appears in the pan, and I'm not having any trouble with application at all. Oh, that's gorgeousness. I love it. Usually, I would apply a neutral brown in the crease, especially with a look like this, but I'm going to take a little step outside and keep this look entirely green. And the next eyeshadow I'm taking is this one from the number 7 palette. Ooh, that's pretty. It's taking on more of a neutral tone to it, which is really nice, but it's still green. So it's not competing with the lid shade, but it's not loud. It looks like it just blends seamlessly. I'm liking it. It's one thing I've discovered in personal experience is if you want a different look of an eyeshadow, try applying it with a fluffy brush. Sometimes it takes on an entirely different color characteristic, just depending on the type of brush that you're using to apply it. It's utterly fascinating to see what you can discover. Just as a side note here, I am going in with a blending shade. I'm using Wet n Wild's Brulee, and I'm also blending out the edges. Wanted to show this step in case anyone is curious. I am taking the time to blend with something that I've already become very familiar with. Loving it. Okay, and I am going to take this really deep green right here, and I'm going to use that to line my eyes. So I'm just taking an angled brush here and running that along the lash line. Pardon my phone. This is not as deeply pigmented as I had expected it to be. I'm a little disappointed to see that. I was really expecting a deep dark green. I'm sure if I applied it wet I would get that amount of color payoff I'm after, but I wanted this to be a little bit more smoky. Oh, Fallout City. Oh, you can see how much I had to apply, but I'm going to clean that up with a makeup remover wipe. The only bad thing I noticed with that number 7 dark green eyeshadow, and I'm not sure if it's the color necessarily or the formula, it stung when I got it into my eyes. Like you just could feel burning the second that pieces of it would drop into my eyes. I'm not a fan of that. I am going to add a green eyeliner quickly here. This is the CoverGirl Exhibitionist 24-Hour Kohl Eyeliner. This is one I reviewed recently in the shade Emerald Metallic. And I love this formula because it does last all day long, but it's not a new one for me. I just look for any excuse I can to wear green. And this pencil is one of my favorites. I swear I could sit here all day long. My phone never rings. And the second I turn on the camera, everybody in the world calls me. For the brows, I came across this new one from L'Oreal. At least I think that it's new. It's their micro ink pen. And unfortunately, they were pretty well sold out of this in stores. So the shades were not that great to choose from. I'm not really sure how many shades are in this line because I haven't had a chance to look it up yet. But the one that I ended up getting is called Dark Blonde, which sometimes works for me, so we'll see. Oh, very cool. That's what the tip of it looks like. If you have not seen this thing reviewed yet, it looks like a small comb. All right, let's try that. I always get nervous when I try products like this. Oh, okay. Okay. That's actually really nice. And it's not too, I mean, it actually looks like it matches my hair color pretty well. And I'm liking the little hair-like strokes that it creates. If I come in really close, you can see the definition that it provides. Okay, let's see if I can do the same thing over here. Please don't wake up. Okay. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. That is not half bad. It's a little darker over here as opposed to over here because I feel like I got the hang of it somewhere in between here and here. Next product I had to try out is one from Ardell. These are their 3D faux mink lashes in the style 858. I told you I love lashes. It doesn't matter who makes them. Every time I'm in a store and I see lashes, I have to stop and look. And these were ones that just caught my eye. Ooh, they're very fluffy. They remind me a lot of the 3D synthetic ones that we sell at Inky Minky Lashes. But look at how much dimension those have. Yes. See, we didn't make it through this video without one of them waking up. Oh well. And we are joined by Ace. He has no comment. Those lashes, I'm liking them. What I had to do though was I cut them a little bit too short. Bless you. And so what I did was, bless you again, I went back and added the clippings that I took off and used that on the outer corner to help extend them a little bit so they don't actually have that much length when you apply them. Just so you're aware, the little clippings there added that extra oomph to the outer corner. I usually do that to use up clippings when I don't want to throw them away. So the next product I have to use is probably the most expensive drugstore foundation that I think I've ever seen. And this is from the brand Pixie. It's their H2O Skin Tint Tinted Face Gel. What is with the phone today, Ace? And the shade that I picked up is Fair. Now usually I would not use this in a drugstore video, but it was in the drugstore. And it's one that I was curious about because I'm loving tinted moisturizers and things like that. So even if it's $24, I mean, if it's really good, okay. Hi, handsome. Hi, handsome. We're so handsome. Just like a boy has to be told he's pretty. And then he's happy. Okay, okay, I'll tell you how you're pretty again. You're so handsome. All right, well, this is new. Yeah, this is new, huh? Okay, well, all right, let's see how we can do this. All right, so how to apply makeup when you're holding a baby. Okay, we are gonna make this work because your mom is good like that. Okay, so what I'll do here, hey, you know what? We are women. We are really good at multitasking. I'm gonna go ahead and begin to blend that in. Oh, that is really pretty though. And it's turning into my skin. It doesn't look like I have anything on at all. Let's have some food. Oh, that's what we wanted. Okay. All right, let's continue here. All right, I'm liking it. Well, you can't even tell I'm wearing anything. This is very reminiscent to me of the Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer that I love so much. And you can see it already concealed the redness that I had over here, but it's flawless on my skin. Okay, so we'll apply a little bit up here and blend that in. I haven't had the chance to wash my sponge yet because Jet was playing in makeup the other day, so I'm trying so hard to remember not to use that side. I don't know that I like the price tag of $24, but I mean, it does look a lot like my Laura Mercier one, which is upwards of $50. So this one is half the price and gives you very similar looking results. So another product that I got to try out is from the No. 7 line. This is their Lift and Illuminate Serum Concealer. Now this does not say it's for the under eye area. This is more or less for blemishes, acne, etc. But I do want to try it under the eyes. It says it's a highly pigmented buildable formula that instantly conceals imperfections for full and all day coverage. And it says it has a flexible formula, so it's not going to migrate into fine lines, which is why I do want to test it out underneath the eyes, even though it says it's not specifically for the eyes. The shade that I'm using here is Fair, so I'm going to take a small amount, just apply that first, and then blend it in with my finger. Okay, so it's not as pigmented as I was led to believe, so I'm going to apply just a small amount more and blend that in. Now it does give really beautiful coverage and it blends so nicely too. I'm also going to bring a little bit of this down onto the redness I have on my cheeks to see if it helps to conceal that area a little bit better. A very small amount there. Blend that over my redness. And we'll use the excess over here. What do you think, baby Ace? He is just watching, eating and watching dinner and a show, let me tell you. Really happy with that one so far. Another product I got to try out from No. 7 is one that several of you have recommended to me in the past, but I've not ever tried it. And that is their Lift and Illuminate Triple Action Translucent Finishing Powder. The shade that I got is Light. This one has been compared to the Charlotte Tilbury powder. And set the under eye area first. Because we're testing that tinted moisturizer, I want to apply my traditional powder that I use when I test foundations and things like that. So I'm only going to apply the No. 7 powder on this side of my face, and then I'll apply the Coty Airspun on the other side. Beautiful consistency to it. It blurs the skin when you apply it. So in that instance, it acts like that Charlotte Tilbury powder. Now this next product is one from a company I had never heard of before. I discovered them when I was in CVS the other day, and this is from the brand Unicorn Glow. I picked up one of their blushes in the shade Honey, which is a very simple neutral, looks like that. Should be pretty on the skin. I'm just applying it very lightly across the cheeks. Oh, it's quite pigmented because I didn't take that much. I'm liking it. Real quickly here, I'm also going to go back and add a little bit more of that lighter green from the No. 7 palette, the one that I used in the crease, and I'm going to apply that underneath that lower lash line, and then add a mascara also. Oh, I have one more product here. Okay, I did pick up another one from the Unicorn Glow brand, and it was one of their highlighters, and this was in the shade Stardust. It was a really beautiful purple duochrome highlighter, which I would swatch for you, but I can't right now. So if I apply it lightly up the cheek like that, hopefully some of that purpleness will come across. It is just so pretty. I typically do not go for a purple highlighter like this, but I wanted to venture outside my comfort zone once again, try something new and different. So here we are. For my lips, I'm not using anything new. I didn't really see anything out there that I wanted to try, so I'm using an old combo that I love. This is the AOA Studio Naked Pencil AOA Studio lipstick in the shade Beige. Oh, good burp. I can even try with that one. And the NYX's Butter Gloss in the shade Fortune Cookie to top it all off. For the most part, I was pretty impressed with everything I tried here. With the exception of that darker green in the number 7 eyeshadow palette, I would have liked to have seen a little bit more pigment in that. But for the most part, I'm loving how the eyes came out. And I'm really glad that I didn't add a neutral into the crease and I kept the whole look green. It's just gorgeous. So hopefully we'll have some good results at the end of the video. End of the day check-in for you here before I go wash the pretty off. This is the only thing I hate about looks like this. When I really, really, really love them, I don't want to wash them off. And that's the case here today. I think I want to do my eyes like this tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. I'm loving the green. It is so pretty. And the lashes, oh my goodness, just, that is my favorite part. The foundation, or I should say the tinted moisturizer, held up really, really well. And you can see that on this side of my face. I mean, you see a little bit of highlighter there, so you have to ignore that part. But you can also see that it's still really intact over here. Now, over here, not so much. But that, my friends, is why I always use the Coty Airspun to test out foundation type products, because in this instance, the number 7 powder, it did not hold up that well at all. Look at that. Oh. Yeah, that's a no-go. And from what I remember too, the Charlotte Tilbury powder did the same thing to me. It didn't hold up at all. So it may actually be a dupe. The Unicorn Glow cheek products that I used, oh my goodness. I loved the way my complexion looked all day long today. And I thought the color was beautiful. And even though I don't typically go for that more purple highlighter, I really did like that too, in addition to the blush that I used. The brows, no complaints there. They stayed intact and I feel like it looks really good. The under eye area, we didn't look at that concealer. Holy cannoli. My under eye area looks fantastic. It didn't crease at all. And it's been, how long has it been? It's been 12 hours at this point. I'm gonna come in real close. I'm gonna get all up in your business so you can see my under eye area, because I know you're not gonna believe me from sitting all the way back here, but oh my gosh, look. Really, really happy with mostly everything that I tried here today, with the exception of the powder, but that's a personal thing. I mean, you'll have to take my opinion with a grain of salt there and just realize that just because it didn't work for me doesn't mean that it won't work for you. Anyway, if you're looking to try something new, a lot of excellent finds here. I do hope you found this helpful. Let me know if you tried any of these products out, what you think about them, or if there are any others that you've seen that you want me to test in the drugstore that you've not seen on this channel before, because I would love to try those out too. Thanks for being here. Thanks for taking the time to watch. I want to wish you a beautiful weekend ahead. I will have another weight loss vlog up tomorrow. It's already been filmed, edited, all that put together. So woohoo for that. And I look forward to seeing you then. Have a great weekend. I have to go wash off the face now.